Hello, good morning. Are you a frustrated driver? I'm sure you are. Do you know, the Philippines is a strange place in many ways, but most of the things that we come across, we usually find a way around them. For many of you, of course, you've come from overseas. Hopefully you've made sure your driver's license is up to date. Why, he says? Well, because if it isn't, you won't be able to get your license changed over. You won't even be able to use it if it's out of date. They say that as a foreigner, on a tourist visa, you can get a license in the Philippines, what they call a student permit. Well, technically you can't, and technically you can. They've got a rather strange rule. In fact, it was the former President Duterte that brought in the new ruling, or should I say his administration, where they saw fit to ensure that anybody who had a foreign license had to be here with a minimum of 6 months worth of validity to a visa. Now if you think about that, that means you have to get a 6-month visa as a tourist, which at the moment, or recently, has been almost impossible to get. Now, if you can do it on the same day, then of course you can go and apply on the same day as you get your visa. Whoa, you'll be running down to this department and that department to get everything sorted. So the idea of having a 6-month visa stamp in your passport, no go. Okay, of course you know why. If you marry a Filipina, you've got at least 12 months probationary on a 13A visa. So, I can get my license changed over. Again, as long as you can run to the different departments to get different stamps and forms filled in, health checks, eye tests, insurance, all that type of stuff. Now, of course, nobody wants to come to a country and have to marry someone so they can drive in that country. Oh, no problem. The world keeps telling us we need an international driver's license. Hello? Have you never read the fine print? It tells you it's 12 months, as long as you have a valid driver's license from that foreign country, meaning from maybe Australia, America, England, or New Zealand and Canada. But read the fine print, you'll find that the Philippines exempts itself from that idea. It says you can only drive for 90 days. Oh, no problem. Therefore, what can I do? Well, you can. What you do is you pay 9,000 pesos for a return trip to Singapore, Thailand, or somewhere like Hong Kong. Come back a day later, your stamp will show you that you've just come in. So you can drive for another 3 months. But of course, every 3 months you've got to travel overseas to be able to comply with the international driver's license. Remember that it's only valid for 12 months anyway, so you'll be continually replacing your international driver's license. Oh, headaches, I can feel them coming. Well, unfortunately, the powers that be think that's the right way to be. It is true that as a tourist on a tourist visa you can drive. You can in fact apply for a student permit. But again, you need that 6-month visa. So you'd have to marry someone to do that. Or maybe have a permanent residency by way of an SRRV. Again, could be 500,000 plus pesos to get it. Very expensive driver's license, don't you think? For all those wannabe 65-year-olds that think they're 40 and they want to buy a nice shiny Honda Click or whatever, sorry to disappoint you guys. The only way you will be able to do it otherwise is break the law. Not a good idea. Least of all the 10,000 pesos for driving without a license, and maybe even having the vehicle impounded. Oh no. Things couldn't get any better, could they? Bye now.